Hey everybody, today I'm going to be doing a review on a frame that was sent to me for review purposes. This review is very long overdue. It is a frame that I've had for many months, and I must apologize for taking so long to get this review done. But I wanted to make sure that I've had this frame for a while. I was able to really get to know how the frame feels for me and shoots, and really how it fits my hand and shooting style before I did the review. Um, Part of the reason it took so long is I recently started a job not too long ago that requires an extensive amount of travel nationwide, and generally when I'm traveling in a lot of locations I can't take a full-size frame and shoot in hotel rooms, at least not with the ammo that I prefer. But anyway, the review of the frame was sent to me by a forum member RH Twist on the Slingshot, the official, the original Slingshot forum. Name is Christian. Very pleasant individual. I've had numerous email conversations with him back and forth in preparation of getting this beautiful frame. When I was first approached, he asked me a couple questions as far as which hand I hold the frame in, if I hold in pinch grip or thumb support, how I wanted the attachment. So I went with top slots with the option of wrap and tuck. And then he asked for a measurement of my frame hold hand from my middle finger down to the edge of my palm. So I sent a picture of that. He was very, very communicative during the build process, keeping me updated as to how the build was progressing. Kind of showed me some pictures of some preliminary frames that he made beforehand, to give me an idea of what the shape would be of the frame itself. And I got to be honest, when I first saw pictures of the frame, I was a little, I'm not sure what the right word is, not cautious, but it was a frame that didn't instantly catch my eye. The shape is a little different than I'm used to shooting. It's a very ergonomic frame, but it's ergonomic in ways that one wouldn't expect. With that being said, this is the wonderful tilt. I believe I have the second one that was ever sent out. I believe Gary Flatbed Miller has the very first one. But this frame, as you can tell, it looks a little different. The handle is what really threw me off here, where it kind of pokes out here at this end, and then really has a nice, kind of aggressive slope here. I can't really compare this to a whole lot of other frames that are ergonomic in this manner, but it definitely feels very different from any offset handle frame that I've shot. And I've shot a couple half cocks. The Forget About It, a Thumper from Can Opener. This feels completely different. If you look at the general shape here as well, you can tell nice narrower forks. Let me do it on this end. So you have the forks that have some really good shaping on there. The handle itself there's also this nice groove right here for the middle finger. It goes out into this beautiful swell. And on this side, the shaping is really visible due to the multiplex. Even here where the pinky goes, it kind of goes in very narrow here and then kind of jets out to really lock the frame in place. One thing that really impressed me when I grabbed this is, you notice here this has some pretty thick bands. You could very easily shoot 7/16" in steel, especially with this the pouch as well. It's definitely designed for larger ammo. I shot 3/8 with it. Definitely did not match the band set to my ammo type, or in this case my ammo type to this band set. But I kind of wanted to test, see if there'd be any hand slap due to the design of the frame, and I didn't have any band slap, which is very surprising to me. But anyway, when I pull back on the bands here, the frame, I can see if I can get this in the frame here. You can see it pulls back and it doesn't move. I mean, it stays in place here. Now, I've shot this numerous times. As I mentioned, I wanted to make sure that I put this kind of through its paces before I started my review, which is part of the reason it's taken so long to get this review done. But this, I cannot say enough positive about this frame. The comfort of this frame just blows me away. It is absolutely phenomenally comfortable. When I'm holding it, it just feels very natural when I pull back on the bands and I want to shoot. It's beautiful. Wonderful design. And if you've watched any of my videos in the past, y'all know that I'm not a huge fan of multiplex frames, simply because they're really hard to kind of get right. But here, he did phenomenal. The finish on this thing is fantastic. It is extremely smooth where it needs to be, which is pretty much all over. I've held and shot this frame more times than I can count since I've received it, and it's beautiful. The shaping in here on the handle just makes it so it locks in to my hand very well, just so I can pull back, and it's not going anywhere. It's kind of hard to show on camera, but this is not going anywhere when I pull back here. It's just extremely comfortable, extremely well made. The palm swell here, I'm not sure what woods he used in the swell, but just the joining of those is beautifully done. It mixes up, or blends in with the natural, or with the multiplex, very well. The stain on here is fantastic. We have his logo right there. As I mentioned, this frame is simply phenomenal. I would love to see this in HDPE or G10. I'm a huge fan of G10 frames. The only thing I can kind of say negative about this, and it's not really that much of a negative, is there's no lanyard hole. That's really my only gripe. Other than that, wow, this thing is fantastic. As I mentioned, I cannot gush enough about this frame, and this not just because I was sent this for review. I honestly love this thing. This has been one of my go-tos if I just need to go do a quick shooting session while I'm home over the weekends. Like, hey, I'm gonna go shoot for 5 minutes while dinner's cooking or whatever. More often than not, I grab this. It's beautiful. I love it. It's fantastic. I've thrown this in my messenger bag when I've been walking around, going out, if I'm going out in the woods or anything. This has become one of my most shot frames, which is saying a lot because I have a ton in my collection, easily over 100 frames, and this is one of my go-tos. So Christian, thank you very much for this beautiful frame, this beautiful gift. If y'all get a chance to, if these become available, I'm sure you could probably hit him up on the forums and see if he would make you one of these, or if he's planning on doing these in production. I know he's planning on doing production on a new design he's working on that I've been privileged enough to see a sneak preview of, and that is going to be amazing. I very look forward to seeing that as well. I'm not sure if I'll be getting one or not, but if they're available for sale down the road, I can definitely see myself picking one up. But anyway, enough about that, and I'm kind of going on long enough gushing about this frame. If you can, definitely try to pick one of these things up. They're great. Highly recommended. Anyway, go get a frame and go out and do some shooting. Catch y'all later.